I've got a hard conversation to have with you. At some point in your career, something bad is going to happen. I don't wish this upon you, and I hope that I'm wrong, but with the amount of fixtures you're going to install, at some point, something is going to give. When you don't have luck on your side and when the plumbing gods are distracted, you become well acquainted with water, the element that gives life and the element that destroys. This is my job site, this is my installation, and this is how it all went wrong. Can you see it? You'll remember exactly where you were when you got the call, and your heart's going to plummet to the pit of your stomach. A great amount of insecurity rises to the surface when this happens. Every question runs through your head. Did I do this? Did I overlook that? What could I have done differently? Why? The insecurity will follow you over the next couple of weeks. You start triple checking all your work and connections. You have anxiety leaving job sites, especially ones that are vacant units. Are you ready to move forward? Because the customer still needs you. You're still the authority on the subject. You've only proven that you're human. You need to do an inspection. You need to find out what went wrong. And more importantly, you have to put it right. You're going to sacrifice whatever it takes to correct this. It's going to be money out of your pocket and hours from your family, but you're going to show them that you're not running. When they need you, you're present. Out of every plumber in the universe, if they let you, you're going to see it through. So as you see here, I opted to start from scratch. I sweated out all the connections and I started to rebuild from the valve. The truth is I didn't trust the assembly whatsoever. I couldn't really tell which parts were misbehaving, so I concluded bringing in all new parts is a good omen. That way you don't make the mistake of rebuilding on any false security. It's always an eye-opener when you rebuild a fixture. You've already studied it before, you went through some of the struggle, you know a lot of the problem areas and hurdles you're going to run into, so it always goes in smoother the second time around. Remember, as a plumber, you're a biological entity that collects data on pipes, so these major mishaps get stored in a special file in your mind. You're going to be studying this file for years to come, and this is what it takes for ever-changing, constant growth. Some of you may be thinking that wasn't so bad. The video came to a nice conclusion. The truth is, that part was just the beginning. Today is Saturday. We're doing a bunch of drywall. I'm gonna fill you all in about it. Let's go. This is the follow-through, the hardest part about being reliable, keeping your promises. I lost one long weekend and one regular weekend, and I couldn't skip a single day of work in between because bills still need to be paid, which just tells you that reliability many times means putting yourself last, and I don't mind as long as we can all go back to equilibrium. Let's talk about luck for a second, because even in this catastrophe, we had a lot of luck on our side. The first one was a customer. He was an absolute gentleman. Many people in this circumstance could have taken us to the cleaners. They could have went through insurance. They would have made our bills skyrocket, but he stood by us. He said, if you help fix it, I'm happy. So that's exactly what I opted to do. The second element of luck we ran into is that he caught this leak really early. I installed that 90 on a Friday. If it had snapped on a Friday, that entire ceiling would have fallen down, and I suspect the ceiling below as well. In that case, he would have had to go through insurance because most of the house would have been destroyed. So thank the plumbing gods, maybe we're still in their good books. Why did this 90 snap the way it did? We have a couple of explanations. Let's dissect them. The first one is it could have been defective. It's possible because I installed its sister directly next to her that very same day, and she remains just fine. The second option is that we could have over-tightened it. That's possible as well, but I usually torque all of these nuts the exact same. Why was her sister just fine? The third option is it could have been misaligned. Now, when you misalign a pipe, they are constantly under various directions of strain. That strain over time will lead to their demise, and eventually they will snap or break. This usually takes some time, however. Ours took place only after 72 hours, so I'm still stuck on what happened. Could have been a combination of many things, and I'm not sure that I'll ever be able to answer that. But there's definitely one thing I did which was absolutely my fault. I broke my father's cardinal rule of leaving a vacant unit, which is I didn't shut the isolation valves on the way out. And I remember asking myself, did I shut them before I left? Instead of going to double check, I drove off, and I could have avoided this entire situation if I just went back. That, my friends, is what I lose sleep over every night. But this is how we learn. This is how we grow. Let's all grow together.